hurt. And I was like, so I would recommend a lubricant if you're going to insist on having sex while drunk.
Why don't you just tell her she's not drunk enough? Incorrect, you're not drunk enough.
Tell them that.
And someone is a college man.
Okay.
Okay, so typically, since a true orgasm takes a little bit of work, right? You're satisfied and you're happy. If you aren't having the orgasm, then you're not feeling the opiates, the release, I'm just gonna lay here and not do anything for a little bit, the reward. Okay? So your brain starts to tell your brain that your vagina starts telling your brain it's just not worth it. All right? That's stuff that I learned from World Conference. Okay? How do we turn that into a demo? You ready? Mm-hmm. All right. So ladies, do you ever feel like like sex is just too much work? Do you ever feel like you are tired, like it's just too much trouble, that you have to look all cute and perfect, or that you are tired and sweaty and the laundry still needs to be done? Okay? These are all scenarios that really do help in everyday life. Okay, so one of the things that you're going to find is that when you use Pure Romance products, people always ask me, why is so much of our stuff Bath and Beauty? Because when you are covered in pheromones and you feel cute and your hair looks nice and you're shaved and you treat yourself to, this amazing body wash or bubble bath, you're going to find that you are in a better mood. Okay, because how often do women actually allow themselves to treat themselves? Not really. Okay, so I am giving you permission to treat yourself here. What did I just do? How often do women give themselves permission to treat themselves? Not often enough, okay? So you're giving them permission to spend money on themselves. A lot of times, women buy things for themselves and go, I'll get stuff for him at the next party, at my parties, okay? And I always say, it's for him too. Because if you're happier and you're healthier and you have the orgasm, then you're a nicer person. Okay? The other thing too, ladies, that you want to make sure is that we need the spark that leads to everything. The desire and the arousal. Okay? When surprise penis happens, we're pulling that casserole out of the oven, we're like, we have no time. We have no time for our brain to match our vagina, right? We're like, I just got poked. What does he want? I really like my eyebrows where they are. Okay? So what ends up happening? What do we need to do to end up having those two things match up? First, he needs to back himself up. He needs to learn some boundaries. And we need to approach this properly. I always say, please back up. Let me pull the casserole out of the oven, and then we can have sex on the floor. Okay? And that's what I say at parties. And people are like, yes, true story. Okay? Because it has happened to a woman often enough for people to be able to, relate. You always want to make sure that you're relatable. The other thing is, and that's when I go into great head, right, as foreplay. Because a lot of times, too, what ends up happening is that women have surprise penis during the other moment of the day when they are finally trying to relax, when they're trying to watch Criminal Minds, or they're trying to watch the news, or whatever else that helps them relax enough to have me time, right? So I always say, give it 5 minutes. It goes for 20 minutes, all you need is 5, and then you go back to having me time. Welcome to a cheater product, okay? But when I'm really talking about, your brain and your vagina matching up, I start talking about foreplay. And I say women don't have enough foreplay in their lives. So the way to end up being able to find that is bosom buddy, the tingle. Oh, the tingle, what ends up helping your brain match up with your vagina as the tingle starts to build and your brain goes, oh, hi, I think I want this, okay? And your vagina goes, oh, hey, I think it's the right time. You know what I mean? We have to retrain our bodies to be able to want this. And that's the way that it starts with. It starts with our products, and then it continues on until he can come in and actually do the work. Okay? The other reason that I say this is because when you feel sexy in your own skin, how often do women feel like they can take over the world? You smell good, you feel good, you put on makeup. For the first time in 3 months. And you feel amazing. They're going to notice that. They're going to say, honey, there's a change in you. And you're like, oh, really? You're like, yeah, I like it. And when he comes in, a lot whether your significant other is a he or she, if they've been with you long enough, often enough, you find that even if you change your hair color, change your hair, do something different, they're not going to notice. But if you change the way you taste, if you change your scent, they're so much more likely to actually realize, right? So the bosom buddy changes the way you taste when you're kissed. So when that person comes in and kisses you, they're like, oh, you taste like vanilla, or you taste like berry black, like berries, you know what I mean? And you'll be able to say, yes, I do, and I have a surprise for you. I put this on 3 different parts of my body, and now you can go and find it. And you're not allowed to have sex until you have found all 3 parts. And really, you're just going to put it on 2. This is going to allow you to have the foreplay that you need, deserve, so that you can also find your groove back. So, did you see what I just did? So, people go, ooh, that's one of the reasons why I sell Bosom Buddy like it's going out of style. There are people who say, oh, it's only a $16, $17 product. Why do you even bother? Because it's an add-on. It's an add-on, okay? So, if people are like, how many people just come into your ordering room and go, I just need O. Really? Are you sure? Mm-hmm. Can I see that wish list? Well, there's other stuff in here, but okay. Well, let's talk a little bit. Slow the roll, and you'll find that there is actually more stuff that they wanted. Or if they know, these are foreplay products, and I want a massager, and I want O, and I want this, and I want that, and I really need the orgasm lady. So, give it to me. Okay. You're going to find that they're actually going to buy the products that they actually want, so they can come back. Okay? They buy O without a lubricant. What good is that? Okay? So the orgasm is the whole point to sex, ladies. I mean, let's be real. The other thing too is that a clitoral vibrator, that also enhances sex, right? So if someone says, oh, I've never used a vibrator before, I only have sex with my husband. Okay, let's talk about C-rings. How about some lazy girl sex? How about some, climb aboard and grind? How's that sound? People are like, that's right, I was looking at that. Mm-hmm. That with a little bit of O and a little bit of whipped. How amazing would that be? And people are like, oh yeah. So you're giving people what they want, even when they didn't think that they wanted it, right? That's one of the reasons why I sell Tease Me, Please Me, like they're going out of style. I'm so sad that the 6-packs went away. Okay, so the struggle is real, and we all need a little bit of fun, so we need to give people the permission to be able to have it. The other thing is that I always tell people, so you could give him the remote control, or you could, have the confidence to have your orgasm yourself. And because a lot of times men like the remote control and they're going to sit there and change the dial on you, it's yours. Take it. Have the confidence to dominate it. People are like, ooh, dominate. And I said, yeah, I went there. You're welcome. I went there. Okay? And a lot of people who are like the shy girls go, okay, done. And then they come back and go, you changed my sex life. I post this meme of Liam Neeson, and it says, I will find you and I will fix your sex life. And when I post it, my girls who have come to parties will actually post underneath it, yes, you have. You have changed my life. You have fixed my marriage. Thank you so much. I'm so glad I found you. Exactly that verbatim. And I'm like, okay then. Like women who have had, like their significant others have had affairs, and they almost walked away. And then they found pure romance, and what did they find? Communication. Right? Communication is the basis to all things. Okay? So, I'm running ahead.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, I haven't even got a kid yet.
Mm-hmm.
I've been talking to people about it. Just like seeing what type of clientele base I can, bring in. I have a lot of people who say, well, I don't need this and I don't need that. And, my sex life is like this. So how do you really bait them in? Like, yeah, that everybody can be enhanced. Like, when it comes to sex, sky's the limit, right?
Exactly. It should be. It should be, girl. Absolutely. So what I say is, when people say, oh, those products are for me,